Edge of Oblivion, a tale of vengeance in Neo-Kyron. In the neon-drenched depths of Neo-Kyron, where the air tastes like ash and the rain is laced with acid, the name, Raze, wasn't whispered in reverence, it was spat in fear. Raze seeks vengeance against the megacorp director ExoNova for the destruction of her family, leading to a chaotic battle where betrayal, rage, and the fight against an oppressive system fuel her final confrontation. The megacorp ExoNova controlled everything: the air you breathed, the data you consumed, the bullets that ended lives. Raze didn't just hate them, she burned for vengeance. They had taken her family, her flesh, her humanity. In their gleaming towers, they played gods, building their utopia on the bones of the forgotten. But tonight, gods would bleed. Raze stood atop a crumbling tenement, her glowing katana sheathed across her back and her mag pistol heavy at her side. The rain hammered down, streaking her leather jacket with neon rivulets. Below, the ExoNova convoy slithered through the streets like a venomous snake, guarded by heavily armed drones and cyber soldiers. Inside one of those armored transports was her target, Director ExoNova, the man who had turned her into a living weapon. Her augmented eyes scanned the convoy, calculating every detail: the weak points in the armor, the drone patrol patterns, the best escape routes. A smirk tugged at her lips. "Let's make this messy," she whispered. The first explosion shattered the stillness of the night. An EMP grenade fried the lead drone mid-flight, sending it careening into the convoy's front vehicle. Chaos erupted as soldiers scrambled for cover, their weapons scanning for threats. That's when Raze struck. She dropped into the fray like a shadow with teeth. Her katana ignited, casting a ghostly glow as it sliced clean through armor and flesh. Sparks flew as the blade severed a cyber soldier's limbs, their screams drowned by the cacophony of gunfire. The mag pistol barked in her left hand, each shot precise and lethal. A drone swooped down, its turret locking onto her, but she was faster. A pirouette, a blur of neon light, and the drone was reduced to sparking shards. "Kale," she growled, her voice cutting through the chaos like a blade. "You're next." ExoNova was waiting for her, standing calmly in the wreckage of his transport. His tailored suit was immaculate despite the carnage, and his cybernetic eyes glinted like polished steel. Flanking him were two towering enforcers, their bodies bristling with advanced tech. "Raze," he said, his voice a cool baritone. "Still clinging to your little vendetta? How quaint." She didn't respond. Words were useless with men like him. Instead, she charged. The enforcers moved to intercept, their heavy fists crashing down like wrecking balls. Raze danced between them, her katana singing as it carved through their defenses. One went down, his chest split open in a shower of sparks and gore. The other grabbed her arm, but her cybernetic strength matched his. Kale clapped slowly. "Impressive. But you're too late. The city is mine, and no street rat with a grudge can change that." Raze leveled her pistol at him. "Funny. That's exactly what they said about gods before we killed them." Kale lunged, faster than she expected. His arms transformed into blades, sleek and deadly, and the two of them clashed in a storm of steel and fury. Sparks flew as their weapons collided, the rain hissing as it touched the superheated edges. He was strong, but Raze fought like a woman possessed. Every strike was fueled by years of rage and pain, every block a defiance of the monster who had tried to break her. With a final, devastating blow, her katana pierced his chest, its neon light flickering as it drained the energy from his cybercore. Kale staggered, his mechanical limbs twitching. "You can't win," he gasped, his voice distorted as his systems failed. Raze leaned in, her silver eyes burning. "I already have." As his body crumpled, the remaining soldiers hesitated, their morale shattered. Raze sheathed her katana, turning her back on the carnage. She'd made her point. Tonight, she was no longer the prey. The city wasn't saved. It never would be. Neo-Kyron was a beast too big, too corrupt. But for one night, the people saw something they hadn't in years: hope. Raze disappeared into the shadows, her name etched into the neon-lit streets like a scar. Somewhere out there, another megacorp exec would wake up in a cold sweat, fearing the day they crossed the blade of the woman who had nothing left to lose and everything to destroy.